poppin', y'all? It's your girl Queen and I'm back with another video. So I was asked to answer some of you girls' questions about, even maybe you males, questions about labor and delivery for first-time moms. So I'm just gonna give you a little rundown of what happened for me. Everybody's situation is different, so yeah, but I'm here to help you girls or you guys, or whatever you may need help on. If you guys want a male perspective, just let me know. I will make sure Andrew does a video for you girls or you guys as well. Yeah, so getting straight into the video. So with my labor and delivery, y'all, so the whole time I was really nervous about, like, you know, what it would feel like to give birth. So we're gonna jump into that because I know that's a lot of females questions. Like, they want to know like exactly what it's gonna feel like, especially for first-time moms, like just the unknown. So what I would say is the contractions. First, the contractions started off, and some people have contractions and I think they say that they don't feel them, but also, hold on, this is Andrew, 1 second. All right, yeah, y'all. So yeah, everybody's different. So this is literally just gonna be my perspective on my labor. So what I would say is, so my contractions started off like I was able to pretty much handle them. I was walking through them. I was, you know, breathing through them and everything. So I ended up, okay, so this is what happened. So I was bleeding. I didn't know that you're supposed to bleed. The first thing that came to my mind is, oh my God, I lost honor. That the words came to my mind, y'all. Like, so I was freaking out. So I started bleeding. I told Andrew, I'm like, I'm bleeding. So, you know, he starts getting nervous. He was like, are you serious? And I told him to go look on the bed. So when he looked on the bed, like, it was a little spot of not a little spot, but it was like kind of like that of blood. And, you know, I'm moving my stomach, trying to move Honor and trying to get him moving, but he's not moving. So I'm freaking out. So Andrew's like, you want to go to the doctor? And I'm like, yes. So we get up, we put on our stuff, and we head to the doctor. If you've seen my labor and delivery video, first of all, everybody stop what you're doing and like this video. Liking my video gets my content out, and you know, I'm on the road to getting monetized. I'm already at 1K subscribers, over 1K subscribers, but I just need a couple more 100 people to get monetized. So liking my video does help, commenting on my video does help, and it gets my content out there. So I really do appreciate if you guys could do that. It only takes a second. So waiting. Thank y'all. But yeah, so we ended up going. When we got there, it was locked. But y'all can go watch my labor and delivery video. It's like 2 videos before this one, 2 or 3 videos before this one. We were locked out. We ended up getting in. When we got there, they checked me and everything was good. So when we finally got to the hospital, y'all, let me rewind. When we finally got to the hospital, Honor started moving. And he started moving when me and Andrew were hugging, y'all. Literally, I'm not even kidding. When me and Andrew started hugging outside, because we both were like, anxiety was rising. We couldn't get in the building. We were at the wrong building. That's why we couldn't get in. But so we started hugging, and as soon as we started hugging, y'all, Arna started moving. So we both were like thanking God and, you know, more relieved. But I still wanted to know, you know, why I was bleeding. I never heard of anybody bleeding, and everything was okay. So we got there, we got checked, everything was good, and they ended up telling me I was 1.5 centimeters dilated. They were asking me if I felt any contractions. I wasn't feeling anything. She was like, oh, well, that was a contraction. Did you feel anything? I didn't feel nothing. So we ended up leaving. And I think what triggered my contractions after this point was when she actually checked me, y'all. So if anybody doesn't know what they're going to do, they're going to actually put their hand up you and check you. That's what I can tell y'all. So they will be checking y'all. So she checked me. So we're leaving. Everything's good. Everything looks good. She asked me though, if I wanted to get induced. I told her no, because everybody who was getting induced, everybody who I've been seeing get induced was having to have a C-section, and I was just trying my best, my hardest to steer away from a C-section. Anything possible, anything that I was able to do, anything that I was able to push off, I pushed it off because I did not want a C-section. That's just something that I preferred not to have. So yeah, so I told her no, and she told me if anything was to, if I was to start bleeding more, or if I was to start contracting more, to go ahead and come in, or to call her and let her know what was going on. So we went home. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good. Finally starting to get some rest. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, so we ended up getting back from the hospital like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I want to say like about 3:30, y'all, I started getting these contractions, and they were getting intense, but I was able to stand them, if you get what I'm saying. So I was thinking, like, should I call and see what's going on? So they were getting intense. I was like, I'll just try to get some rest and see what happens. So around 6, 7, they started getting even more intense. So I gave her a call, let her know what was going on, and she told me if I feel like I can stand them, to just go ahead and wait, since I didn't want to get induced. She said, but if they're unbearable, or if they're concerning and I just don't really know, to go ahead and come in. So I waited and waited. I ended up talking to Andrew's cousin. Who else did I talk to? I got on YouTube and started talking to y'all about some stuff. Y'all go ahead and like this video if you didn't already, because I already asked y'all to like it. So go ahead and like this video. I'll wait. But yeah, and I'm talking quiet because Arna's in there asleep. So we got there or whatever, and I mean, we didn't get there. I'm sorry, y'all. I was talking to them or whatever. And yeah, I was talking to y'all, and they were asking me how far apart. So basically, how far apart were my contractions, y'all? So they basically say if your contractions are 5 minutes apart and they last for about a minute, that you need to go ahead and go in. So that's another thing that y'all can have in y'all back pocket to know as well, because I didn't know that either. They started doing pretty much 5 minutes for a minute, and so I ended up going ahead and leaving. I want to say it was about 3 o'clock when I finally was like, okay, 3 p.m. when I finally was like, okay, let me go ahead and go, because they started getting even more intense. But as I'm having contractions, y'all, I was in the store walking around. I had to go get a couple things from the store because I didn't just, want us to go to the hospital without anything, because I didn't know what we were going to need. So for the females, they're going to make sure that you eat, but they won't really make sure that the men eat. So I would say make sure that y'all pack some snacks, even some, y'all, I would say don't eat, y'all. Do not eat when you start contracting, and especially if you feel like you're gonna have to go in, don't eat nothing. They'd rather you not eat anyways, because you don't want to poop on yourself. You don't want to poop while in labor. You want to try your hardest to stay away from pooping. So don't eat, y'all. Y'all can have ice. I had water. I had a lot of water, and they gave me ice while I was in there. But another thing that I would say is ice kind of made my contractions feel a little bit worse. So I would say eat ice at your own leisure, because I feel like when I started eating ice, it started feeling like a little bit worse. So that's some more advice that I can give y'all. So yeah, so I ended up going, and yeah, I'm not going to tell the whole story because y'all can just go watch my labor and delivery video, pretty much everything on that. But as far as how the contractions felt, they feel like menstrual cramps on steroids to me. Like I said, at this point, I'm still breathing through my contractions. I was still able to breathe through them, but what made my contractions really start bothering me, and it felt like it felt like I couldn't take it after they did this, is when they gave me penicillin. I think it was penicillin. They gave me penicillin to start to speed up the process, because I was having like contractions of like being 7 or 8 centimeters dilated, but I was only still a centimeter and a half dilated, and he was literally right there. Like, my doctor was like, she put her hand up there, she barely even went anywhere, and she was like, oh, he's right there and you're only a centimeter and a half dilated. So they had to give me the penicillin to speed up the process because I wasn't dilating fast enough, and he was literally right there. So basically told me that he's right there, he's ready to come, but we need you to open up. Like, we just need you to go ahead and get to that 10 centimeters. So they gave me that, and that's when I could not stand. I couldn't, but I did good. I was trying to wait as long as I could, and I didn't know that you can go ahead and get an epidural. Y'all can get an epidural as fast as y'all want to. I didn't know that. I thought I had to wait as close as I could to 10 centimeters, but I waited till 6 or 7 before I got my epidural. That's because she asked me. She was like, are you sure you don't want no pain meds? Like, and then I heard her asking the other doc, she didn't ask for anything, and she was like, no. And I was like, I didn't know I could have anything. Like, I'm thinking I needed to wait closer to my 10 centimeters, so you don't have to wait. As soon as you want to get the epidural, as soon as you can't handle the pain anymore, they can give it to you. And don't worry if it will go away, because they can shoot more pain medicine in you. There's more options. So don't be afraid of that. If you can't handle the pain, just go ahead and get the epidural, or go ahead and do whatever pain med that you planned on doing. Yeah, so they feel like menstrual cramps on 100. But yeah, so my pain tolerance, y'all, when I tell y'all my pain tolerance is really, really high. But when it came to that, like when they gave me that penicillin and that thing, and I started seeing that stuff fall into that bag, into my IV, y'all, that shit was no joke. I cannot even lie to y'all. It was no joke. So it feels like that. Make sure you have snacks for the men, because like I said, they're going to make sure that you eat, but they're not going to make sure that he eats. Make sure you stay on top of your doctors. Because really, everything is on you. Even though it's your first time, but you can still ask questions and stuff, but still, every choice that you make is really literally on you. And if you do not want a C-section, anything that you do not want to happen to you, please let that be known. Because I know I made sure, like, look, y'all, anything that y'all can do to make sure I don't have a C-section, this is what it is. And I didn't have a C-section because I was straight up with them about that. My doctor was like, oh, okay. When I told her, she was like, okay, so this is why. You know, so don't be afraid to speak up, because you don't want to go home with a C-section scar and you didn't plan on having it, when all you had to do was really just speak up. It's really going to be like a speak up type of deal and situation. Everything that you choose is really going to be up to you. When you're ready for your epidural, it's going to be up to you. They're going to ask if you want it. They're going to ask pretty much everything going along with what you want. With feeding and everything, they will give you assistance, but if you have never had that experience, they're going to show you, and then it's really going to be on you. So I hope that you guys have somebody that can be there with you to help you during that time, and that you don't have to do it by yourself, because a lot of it is going to kind of be on you. And, you know, they're just preparing you to be a mom, is how I looked at it. They prepared you to do pretty much everything by yourself. Like I said, they do give you assistance, but yeah, it's really on you. What else? I can't even think of what other questions I had when I was, because everything's over now. I did ended up getting stitches, y'all. Oh, so what I can say is, before a certain hour, y'all, I think it was, I don't know how many hours it was, but y'all need to make sure that y'all are able to pee. So therefore, I was drinking a lot of water during labor, after labor. So y'all make sure y'all are drinking plenty of water, because you will have to pee in a certain amount of time. And if you don't pee, you have to pee twice in a certain amount of time. And if you do not pee, they're gonna have to give you something that's they said that makes you feel really uncomfortable. So make sure y'all are drinking plenty of water. Like I said, be careful on the ice because it kind of irritated me, but everybody's different. So drink plenty of water. Like I said, you'll have to pee in a certain amount of time. I didn't have to poop before I left. Some people, they make you poop before you leave, but I was not made to poop. I pooped a week later. I finally pooped. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt me, and I got stitches. I just made sure I stayed on my ibuprofen. I got the 200 milligrams ibuprofen, and I was good. I was able to move around. I only take it like here and there if I feel like, oh, I probably need a poop, just so I can be comfortable. But other than that, I didn't really need it. The epidural, I'll talk about the epidural. So they came in there. It took a little while when they gave me the epidural. So make sure y'all are staying on top of that when y'all go in, and y'all know exactly like limit time, because sometimes it takes like 45 minutes to an hour for them to get everything going and get the epidural to you. So I would say make sure you're timing your how you feel and how much you feel like you can take for your epidural, so you know, like, to speed up the process. So it took them about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to actually get everything going and stuff. My doctor was so good. I didn't feel anything. Like, I didn't feel no pushing or nothing. I just felt pressure. Like, I felt him coming out, but it didn't hurt. Mind you, epidural doesn't take all the pain away, but it really does help, like, majorly. Contractions, didn't feel it. I felt like a little ting still, but nothing like compared to how it was. Like I said, my doctor was really good. It kicked in pretty quick. Took no time. He didn't let me look at the needle, but the needle's apparently long. At that point, you don't even care about how long no needle is, how many needles they need to use, because at this point, I need this stuff. I need to feel better. So you won't even be worried about that. So I would say don't worry about how it's going to feel. It was a little pressure, but other than that, it didn't hurt, y'all. Make sure you stay still. You don't want to do any sudden movements or anything like that, so you don't have any back pains or anything. They're gonna make y'all sit slouched, so I thought I was gonna have to sit up, which my posture for the majority of the part is straight up, but they make you slouch, I guess, just to kind of make it comfortable to go in. But yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to do too much for this video, but if y'all have any other questions for me that you think that I skipped over or that you want to know, just let me know. And for the first time moms, congratulations. It's so amazing, y'all. When they put him on my chest, I was just so happy. I just immediately started talking to him, y'all. He literally started wanting my boob as soon as he got out. So he already knew what to do. I can already tell he's probably going to be really, really, really smart. Well, he is going to be smart. But yeah, y'all, so congratulations to the new moms. Congratulations to the new fathers. Congratulations to the people who are doing this again. Because y'all are some real beasts, some real troopers to do this again, okay? But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that post notification bell so y'all can be notified once I post another video. And until next time, peace, y'all. Love y'all.